Much better, right? Yeah, much better. All right, so I'm featuring my cat, so you'll see Luna running around quite often. But let's get into it because that's what you guys are here for. We here for 30 minutes. You see how I throw it 2 threes, 30 minutes. So let's make it worthwhile. So if you guys did not watch my preach and teach earlier today, then you guys, you missed out on the beginner level. You didn't really miss out. Obviously on IG, I got it saved. And I did it on purpose so that way you guys can see it. But after that one, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lock these into my subscriptions on IG. So if you guys are not subscribed to my Instagram, you guys won't be able to see most of these preach and teach unless you guys tune in every Thursday, 10 a.m., 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10 a.m., 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So we went over beginner balance techniques. This was without traveling. We talked about shifting your weight. We talked about weight transfer. We talked about balancing foot posture as well as body posture, right? But if you guys cannot skate, all right, if you cannot skate, you want to check that video out before you guys dive into anything else. So go to my IG, go check it out. Now, if you guys are past that, let's just say you're intermediate skaters, okay? What we want to do with intermediate skating is we want to practice learning how to travel while balancing, but not just traveling, right, back and forth, but also doing side travels, stepping, other things like that. So we're going to start off with a real simple one. This one's not going to include traveling, but it's going to be one to help build your confidence up, okay? These are called jumping jacks, all right? Hopefully my neighbors downstairs are not here. Hopefully they're at work, but we'll find out. If they come knocking on the door, hey, all right? So jumping jacks. If you guys can't do jumping jacks on your feet, got it? You guys don't even try it on your skates. You heard that? If you can't do it on your feet, don't try it on your skates. So if you guys can do it on your feet, then join me. Now this is really not that hard, to be totally honest with you. It's really just understanding your landing, okay? So it's a clap. So I land on my toes, so I jump on my toes. I jump off of my toes, and I land on my toes down, right? I jump off, then land. First it's off the heels, right, to the toes. Off the heels to the toes. I don't know why I'm teaching you guys how to do jumping jacks, but that's what it is. So when I'm hitting it, right, that's going to help out with you guys' balance. Now the reason why that's such an important factor is because when you guys are really, and again this is for intermediate skaters, when you guys are really trying to entertain a crowd, right, you guys can come in to the crowd with jumping jacks and they'll be like, oh my God, what is this person about to do? They about to go in. They going in right now, right? That's what they about to do, right? And so when you guys are doing jumping jacks, eventually you guys want to go from 2 feet to 1 feet. Got it? So 2 feet to 1 feet. Just like that. Now, you guys do that with a crowd of people behind you and you get a rally going, and that's all you guys do. Right? Dope. You can add an extra element to it. I'm not going to give all my secrets on what I'm about to do when I come into the game. And I'm like, right? But you guys can also drop down. See? Hey, right? But you guys want to just start off with jumping jacks. That's advanced or intermediate technique number 1, which is also known as technique number 5. Let's go to technique number 6. So for technique number 6, this is also a stationary one. When you guys are trying to figure out how to control your movement, for instance, say you JBing, ha, right? Boom, boom, ha, boom, boom, ha, right? You're in some JB steps. As they're stepping, it's a lot of leg movement, right? A lot of swaying with the upper body, side to side. Ooh, boom, boom. Right? What you guys got to do is, you guys have to know how to balance while your leg is doing a bunch of stuff. So for balance technique number 5, what we're going to do is we're going to do what's known as the hurricane kick, right? Or you can call it the pendulum kick. We're not going to do the move. This is the move, right? That's the move. We're not going to do that. We're just going to sway back and forth. Super simple, right? Sway back and forth. Now, let's notice that while I'm swaying back and forth, my foot that's on the ground, in this case it's my right, is moving back and forth in the opposite direction as my foot that's swinging back and forth. I'm not keeping it here and doing this, right? That's not what we're doing. What up, dears? What I want to do is I want to sway. So that's your technique right there. Balance technique number 6. We got to get this swaying together, okay? Now 6.1, I'm sorry. Yeah, 6.1. I want to sway back and forth. I want to sway side to side, right? Notice my body is moving. I'm not just here doing this, right? That's not how we operate in the skate game. When we moving forward, we're not doing this. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people do because they're afraid of moving. But if you just understand your sway, your rock, so pretty much wherever my foot goes, my body wants to rock to that same side. My foot goes out, I'm rocking out until I'm bringing it in. Boom. Ba, 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 rocking it in, right? And I know I'm sticking with this JD, but it's such a smooth technique, right? A smooth skate style. And the way this technique works, this balance technique, it kind of works hand in hand with what they got going on over there in Chicago. Now, it also works for different things, but like when people are pivoting and they're swinging and turning and whatnot, you'll see a lot more bouncing more than you'll see rocking side to side. So keep that in mind. So for 2.1 or 6.1, we want to get this. Together. You got me? All right. So we want to get that together. So once you guys have that, then the next technique number 7, is your first traveling technique. Okay? We gotta travel while doing this joint. If we're not able to travel while doing this, then we're gonna be off. Okay? So when it comes down to balance, I hear that thunder. That's thunder, son. Thunder and lightning. It ain't playing. Mother Nature ain't playing today. Golly. It was just bright and sunny today. Like, if you guys go watch the video where I did the balance, like you see what it looked like outside. Nice and bright. And this is literally 4 hours later, and now it's just coming down. I'll show you guys, but we ain't got that kind of time. So as we're traveling, right, understand that my balance also requires me to, again, I'm rocking back and forth. I'm not just going to stay on my left side and step. That's not going to happen. For those who are wondering, for a beginner skater, how do I stay balanced while moving? You got to continue to waddle side to side, left to right. Now, for the next technique for traveling, what you guys want to do is you guys want to start making steps, right? And this is, again, beginner, but also intermediate. And I know I keep using JV, but that's a great example of a step over. Step side, step back, step side. Got it? Just like what we practiced in that in the earlier part 1. You guys step over, side, back, side, over, side, back, side, over, side, back, side, over, side, back, side, over, side. Got it? And obviously I don't have that much space to actually show you guys while moving, but that is the idea of it. You guys want to be able to step, and not just in that format, but also other formats, like a continuation of a side step. Boom, 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 side step. Right? Right? Laterally, diagonally, right? Stepping back. All right? This is all part of technique number 7. These are all steps. You guys cannot step forward. If you guys cannot step back, you guys are gonna struggle. Now, let me turn to the side because that's very important, right? Right now, it looks like I'm just standing straight up, way to the side, right? But I'm gonna stay in this posture right here and turn. Boom. You guys see that? Y'all see that structure? And all this black. It makes it look like I'm not bending down my knees, but I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, got it? I'm over my toes. Bending at the knees, over my toes. Bah, 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 bah. My arms are turning, my twist. I'm twisting at my torso. Hit, 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 hit. Got it? I am over my feet. So when you guys are doing things like, let's just say, catwalk, right? You guys are, my sister, she has this thing, she catwalks like this, right? You guys may call it a strut, right? When she's doing that, she is literally swaying from side to side. She's getting over one foot and then rocking over the other foot and landing. And then moving at the hip, bye-bye, when she lands. So that's that on that technique. So now, the other part about this one is even sidestepping. Got it? Sidestepping, this would probably be about 7.2, right? Because it's still stepping while moving. Stepping while moving. But to sidestep and step in a sense where you guys can actually step to the side while moving, it requires you guys to not just be able to balance, but also get low while stepping. You have to shift lower to step out to come in. You can do this, but that technique is off, right? So what I want to do is I want to shift lower, step in, boom. Got it? Just like that. All right, so that is technique number 7. We moving fast, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving fast. So you know what? We got technique number 8. Before I do technique number 8, let me just check and make sure that there ain't no questions. As I get into this bad boy, I want to make sure you guys are straight. No questions, no questions, no questions. All right, we solid. We solid, we solid, we solid. All right, duly noted. Check this out. And again, things I show you guys can take and train other people with this, okay? So this isn't just for you guys to learn and develop, but also for you guys to teach other people how to learn and develop. So now, for the final technique, for balance is really, again, we're intermediate, right? So we're no longer going to be flat-footed. We're going to be either on our heels or our toes. All right, I know I did that in reverse, right? We're on our heels or our toes. So we're either going to be on our heel, guys, or we're going to be on our toes. I went over this a few times, but I never really go over it while traveling. Got it? So let's just break this one down in maybe 3 parts. So if you guys don't really remember or recognize how to balance on your toes or your heels, it's the exact same thing. It's just you're using other parts. Your lean might be a little different. Your how your posture, right? All depending on what you're doing. You might posture a little differently, but it's the same technique. So first things first, I want to make sure that I stagger step, and then I lift the front heel, then I lift the back heel. Got it? So that's the heel. Stagger step, switch sides, front heel, back heel. Got it? And I don't lift the back heel until I am solidified over the front. I don't want to be here and still be loosey-goosey and then try to get on that back heel because I'm going backwards. Got it? So I want to make sure that I'm here. I lift it up loosey-goosey, but I apply pressure to it. Got it? I lift it up loosey-goosey, but then I apply pressure to it. And then I tilt at my shin. I pull those toes up into the air. Got it? Pull them bad boys up into the air. What you guys say that? On both sides. The last step with that one is in and out, back and forth. You want to cut through. Ba 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 cut through. Ba 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 cut through. Alright, after you have the cut throughs, then what you want to do is to jump that bad boy right to the toes. Jump that bad boy right to the toes. Get your toes. Front toe, pressure. Back toe, pressure. Got it? Place them down. Switch sides. Toe. Got it? Good. Eventually, you guys want to be able to get on both of them at the same time, right? I never get on my toes or my heels with my feet facing straight. I never do that. All right, I always do either in a pigeon toe state, like an A, got it, or a pizza, or I do it in a duck footed state, like a V, for the heels. All right, to keep the wheels underneath me. I don't want to be way out here and be like, I need to do it like that, even though I can't. It don't feel good to me here. So now, once I have this and this, I want to start practicing that while traveling. And that is your 8.3, right? We went over heels and toes. Those are both for like 8.1 and 2. It is rocking out there, man. But your 8.3 is, I want to push off. And then when I push off, it's going to happen in reverse, by the way. I'm going to push off and my back toe is going to lift up. And then I'm going to lift up on my front. My back heel is going to lift up. And then I'm going to lift up on my front heel. Or lift off of my front heel. What am I saying? So it's going to be, unless I decide to push off on my toe, and I try to jump onto the other toe. But of course, I start off caddy, or I start off in a T-stop somewhat, and I push off that foot that's in the back. I push off that foot that's in the back, and then get it on his toe. Got it? Push off the foot in the back, get it on his toe. And that's going to help me push off to learn how to travel. Now, when you're traveling, it requires you to sway in and out, or side to side, side to side. Side, and then as I cut through, my cut through is a push off from the foot that's in the front. I cut through and I push. Got it? I'm here. This foot in the front is going to cut through and I'm pushing off of it as it gets underneath me. As the foot, the weight of my body gets over that foot that's in the front. But I don't just push, I bounce into it. Like I bend at my knees. I'm here and I squat and push into it. Got it? So as I go, I squat as I push into it. I squat and I push. Squat and push. When you're doing it on your heels, it's a little bit different as far as that goes, because you're going forward, but most of us got this jerk action when we do it. We go here, like right? But it's really quite similar to the same thing. As I come, I'm still, the foot that's in the front, as it pulls back, I'm using my weight over that foot to push off to the other side. As this foot comes back, I'm using my weight to push off. Got it? Okay, so you have that, push, 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 push. Same thing with the toes. So once you guys have that, then the next thing, I don't even know what this is. Christy, you said you want to join, Christy? I seen it go away. All right. This thunder's not ready. Okay, so once you guys have that, you guys want to put those together. Put both of those together. What I mean by that is this. You guys are going to go from toe-toe and heel-heel to heel-toe. Heel-toe. All right? Heel-toe, heel-toe. These are your first set of edges that you guys are going to master. Heel-toe, heel-toe, heel-toe. A lot of people want to master the inner edges. They want to master the outer edges. They want to master the single edges, right? The solo edges. But you guys are going to first master these front and back edges together. Get your edges together. Edges are quite fun, by the way. You guys master your edges, you guys gonna have some fun. Alright, but get your edges together. So this split, what some people will call a manual, or some scissors. These are splits from what I've been skating for 35 years. I've always known that these to be splits. But you call it what you want. There's no wrong name for it. Alright? Just don't call it shooting the duck. Don't call it shooting it because it's already named for that. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, these splits, these are going to help out a lot. Learning your edges, turning your feet, your footwork with these edges under control. It's going to help. Okay, so now, you know how I like to do it? So we are at the last 10 minutes, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and get some exercises in for these. We got to make sure you guys know how to utilize these in exercise form. So for the first one, let's go back to point 5, right? These jumping jacks. Alright, so we did slow progressional challenges for the other ones. But for these jumping jacks, we're not really going to do slow progression challenges. We're really going to do takeaways. Got it? So takeaways. What that means is you guys are going to start with jumping jacks. And you guys get comfortable with that, right? You guys are going to move from this to a 4-step program. So you got, I'm tripping. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys can get that to 8. Great. Once you guys get to 8, then you guys are going to start off with 1 jumping jack, 1, then a side jumping jack, 2, back to the middle, 3, to the side, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Once you guys get done with that, then you're going to take away that middle jumping jack and go. Hit that 8 times. That's it. That will be your challenge or your conditioning, right? To get you guys to understanding that balance. Move on to the next one. So for what was that? That was 5. So 6. And 6 was in the Charlotte one. 6 was the pendulum kick or the hurricane. That's how you guys condition that. Got it? For the next one, for these right here, right? Both feet, please. Both feet. All right. I call the hurricane going backwards, right? That's what I consider to be the hurricane. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. My cat like, yo, get off me, bro. Like, I ain't with that. It's a female cat too. No, it don't matter, but whatever. So as I go back, boom. I'm not gonna do the backwards one. I forgot exactly whether it's on my toes or my heels, but I don't wanna fall and bust my face right now in front of you guys. So we're just gonna stick with the forward one. Forward one, again, understand the sway back and forth. I wanna know how many times can I kick and rotate. So understand, I'm gonna do it from the side so you guys can see that side, but I'm gonna do it from the front too so that way you guys can see how that works. So as I go from the side, boom, I wanna rotate. Got it? Just like that. I wanna kick out, rotate. As I rotate, that foot is extended out as an anchor, well not an anchor, as I'm gonna just call it momentum, right? As momentum to swing right back through. And it's the same thing over and over again. You wanna swing, hit. Now, upper body, this bad boy up here, from here up, is going to lead this. As I swing, I'm gonna turn. And I'm gonna just pivot on my toe, whoever's on the ground. Vice versa, going the other way. Hit, turn, pivot. Got it? Now, what's gonna happen is you see me traveling, right? A lot of people are gonna travel. What you gotta do is you gotta be able to master the art of dragging your heels so that way you guys don't do too much movement. Right? And I don't lock in early because then my momentum's still carrying. It's a timing thing. So I gotta lock in when I'm ready to swing back through. Got it? What I mean by lock in, I wanna finish my pivot on my right foot. when I'm ready to swing back through. And the idea behind the pendulum kick, you guys want to be doing 180s. You're going to go off. I go off too. But as many 180s as you can hit will get you a lot more kicks than not doing that. Okay? So that's that. That's conditioning. Let me do it, show you guys up front so you guys can see my foot is not just going straight through and turning. I'm actually, my foot, at my hip, I'm rotating out like this. Got it? So as I kick, I'm rotating out so that way I can turn that foot. Hit, boom, bomb. Got it? So that's that. So that's number 6. So for number 7, for your step conditions, it's really just, you guys are going to step across. You can start increasing your count of how many laterals you do, right? But there's like 4 or 5 different steps you guys have. 1, 2, 3, hey, ha, 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 hey. But you guys want to continue to move forward while doing that. The other one obviously is the cross. Ha, 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 right? Going across. You just want to see how many you can do, count comfortably, where you guys can stop. You don't want to be, got it? All right, you don't want to be doing that. Same thing with going backwards. Got it? Notice that, again, if you guys see me when I'm getting involved with these moves or getting into these moves, my upper body's doing a lot. It's staying with it. I can keep it flat, but it's still swaying to help me out because I want to be over, I want to work with that foot that's moving in the back. Got that? So that's the condition you want to do for all of these side steps while traveling. As I step to the side while I'm traveling, right? It don't matter how you guys mix it up, right? It's just making sure that your feet are crossing a lot during this process. Let's get to number 8. Okay? So your conditioning for number 8, I can remember what it was. I just had it. Brain fart. It was toes. Thank you. Toe action. I appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, toes. All right. So conditioning for number toes. I'm gonna tell you guys how I used to do it when I was 16. And I said, look, man, I really, really, really need to get my toes together. What did I do? I skated for an entire song on my toes. I didn't care. I didn't care what the song was, and I didn't care what I was doing. I was on my toes. So, for example, I want to be here. Boom. So I want to get a few things going with my toes, right? I want to get the wiggle together, right? If you guys are ever in Chicago, if you ever seen some like D Breeze, right? You got this thing where he steps out, and he sways out like that, right? Controlling your footwork while on your toes. As I extend here, all the pressure is going on this foot, and I'm just literally launching that foot across. But the other foot that's launching across, so the foot in his front is wiggling, right? So as the foot in the front is wiggling, that means that most of my pressure is on that foot in the back, right? So my condition is here. How long can I stay on these toes during this song? So that's conditioning number 1, right? Conditioning number 2 is this. Let's just get a block, right? Let's get a space. I don't have anything that I can give an example, but you guys can see my floor panel. I have this block right here, all right? This block right here. I don't want to leave this block. If you guys got to start off with 4 of them, 4 spaces, I don't want to leave this block. So whatever I do, I want to stay within this area. So when you guys are at these super dope places, like in the UK, or if you guys are traveling to Ireland, or you guys going somewhere and they got these tall pillars, and you guys going, I want to make a TikTok video, or I want to make an Instagram video. Then you go ahead and skate on top of that small square space. This is great conditioning for that. So what you want to do is you want to be able to stay within this space. You can use cones around you or whatever the case is, and you just want to stay here. You don't really want to get out of it, right? Yep, as soon as I put my heel down, I failed. So I want to do it again. Here, here, here. So again, obviously I'm doing these. I'm going in and out. I'm going back, doing back stops. I'm just staying in this space, a small space, right? Rotations. Can I stop and go back the opposite way without putting my foot down? Bounce. Hey, hey, hey. Under my umbrella. Ella, ay. It's hard to do in that small space, but you get the gist of it. So that's conditioning number 2. So both of those will be applied for your heels, right? And for your toes. Obviously, you guys want to go backwards too. Don't sleep on going backwards on both your heels and your toes. Right? Don't sleep on that. So with that being said, I like to try to keep it to 30 minutes, so we're going to cut it off right here. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully you guys got what you needed. Right? Kat loves watching. I know Luna is my, she loves participating too. Luna is the cat's name. I got Beers too. Beers is asleep, I think. So anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in. And I'm going to keep this short because I want to make sure. Again, this is going to be logged in on my IG subscription page, as well as if you guys go to my Patreon, tune in from there. You guys see that there. But other than that, man, you guys be great. One love. Check out the shirts. Sk8rpreneur. I'm branding myself. I got to make sure that I get this thing solidified. You guys see the logo and stuff on the back. Woo! If you guys are on my Patreon, I got something for you guys. Got it? Anyways, you guys be straight. Thank you guys for tuning in.